I mean, they have a possess ability, which is instant death, which is cool. They attack for their attack does almost no damage. And they can be useful in the sense that they can absorb damage too. You know, there's just another thing for the enemy to target. One of those guys I think's a shop too, but we don't need no stinking shop. So yeah, here, we're gonna go ahead and show you the possess. I don't think he possessed though. He didn't do it. Did he miss? It's not a 100%, you know, work every time type of thing. It's an instant death ability, so. But if you possess them, the ghost literally possesses them and destroys them, and he leaves your party. That's it. He's dead, or whatever. He's already dead, but. Yeah, one of these yet again's an item shop, I think. I hardly ever use the item shop. I mean, we may end up needing it because we are kind of low on items, but we'll be fine. Hey, what's going on here? You just blocked our path. And that right there is the best thing the ghost is for. Just another character for the enemies to target. Keep heat off of the rest of your characters, because I look 50 damage when he attacks. Compared to the 350 damage you're doing with shurikens and Aura Bolt and Dispatch, he's just pretty useless as an attacker. What? Dead end. No escape. Or is it he's saying Noescape? I don't know why it's spelled like it's an acronym with periods. Got 12 experience points. Not very many. Ha ha ha! Whatever did you think you were doing? No escape. Huh? No escape. Who's there? Oh, that was saving. It came from this direction. No escape. Whoa, they're coming! No escape. This way too! You can't escape. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. Yeah, we can just do this. You can't escape. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. You can't escape. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. Bloody persistent. I guess that was Cyan. He said bloody. Oh, it's just a bomb. We can Aura Bolt this guy into oblivion. I can't believe we're stuck. I can't believe we're stuck. Still getting down. Still getting that voice for Cyan down. I know. You have an idea. Okay, the time has come to see if all my training has paid off. Come on, Cyan. Yahoo! Whee! Yahoo! Saban's got an email account. Oh, you can't go back that way. I was thinking maybe there was like, if you went back that way, something happened. No, escape. Hey, uh-oh. Yeah, there's one in our party, right there with us. Bloody persistent. We have to detach the rear train cars. Good idea. Did it work? Can't follow us now. We flip the switch again. It opens the door. I mean, it's a haunted train. Don't try to make sense of it. We only have one tent, so we'll save it. We'll save that tent for later. Please order at the table. Oh, okay, we will. Food! Food! Bring me everything you got! Are you going to be okay if you eat this? Worried? Can't wage a war on an empty stomach! Sir, I won't hear any more of this kind of talk. Gobble, snarf, snap. HP and MP recovered. Instead of someone's like poison cure. Well, I've stuffed down all I can. Let's go. Fair enough. And that's why we get 99 shurikens. As you can see, I'm going to be using shurikens in every battle with Shadow, so we'll burn through those 99 shurikens, don't you worry. We'll be putting them all to use. We'll be buying more later, too. It's just the best way to attack with him. And there are other throwing items in this game, too. We'll be using later. Got another pair of earrings. Now remember on the earrings it said if you pair them together, they're more powerful. Nobody we have can use magic right now, so they're useless right now, but yeah. Now we have Celeste has one pair, and then see it says earrings, so you assume it's a pair of earrings. But if you put two of them on, I guess she's wearing two sets of earrings. I mean, it's not unheard of to have multiple ear piercings in the same ears. But yeah, the earrings are very good items, very good relics to have. Alright, let's just get this chest here real quick. Stop where you are! I am Siegfried, the world's greatest swordsman. Now that treasure chest is mine. If I were you, Ox, I'd grab Grandpa here and run! You look more like a manicurist. Now scram! Aha, the Ox bellows. Allow me to introduce my blade. Go, guys. Ha, ha, ha. Give up? Never. Not to you anyways. Oh, yes. Get him, Interceptor. So this is a joke of a fight. You can't lose this fight. He does, even if he does hit you, he does almost no damage. What a bag of wind. Impossible. I'm the greatest, but I'll still have the last laugh. This treasure is mine. Ta-ta, cretins. That's Siegfried. knowing what I know about the rest of the game, I wonder if they were planning on using Siegfried more, or what they were planning, because he comes up again way later in the game, but it almost seems like he should have had a few more appearances in the game. Like, it just seems like there's that appearance, and then there's like one or maybe two more. Two more, I think, yeah. And you can just bypass these cars altogether by climbing up the ladder on one side and down the other. But why would you want to do that? Nice, we got a good pincer attack here. Gotta love pincer attacks. Alright, let's talk to this guy, the Impresario. Want to stop the train? Just use the controls in the engineer's compartment. Really? You're telling us how to stop the train? You're the Impresario. Is that really professional? Monster in the box! Got a Spectre, huh? Oh yeah, he can be kind of dangerous. He's got some powerful magic attacks, but we should be alright. Yeah, I don't care if you go ahead and kill the ghost. I don't really care. The ghost is just there as a placeholder anyways, just because you can get him. I'm not even going to waste a potion on him. I think there's more. I've got a Phoenix down, a Sniper Sight, and Phoenix down. Alright, the Sniper Sight is a relic. And it ensures 100% fight hit rate. The only problem is you rarely actually use fight in this game. So, or I do personally, when I play this game, I rarely ever use fight. I do realize though I forgot to equip Black Belt on Sign. I wanted to do that. Give him a heavy shield too, why not? Shall we be off? And okay, if you make it to this point and the ghost is still in your party and hasn't died, or guess we're on our own now. Yeah, like he wasn't that useful, guys. Don't mourn his leaving too much. We don't even need to use our tent because I used those potions just a second ago. All right, we've come to the end of this, right? There's the engine. It's the end of the line, train. Okay, so anyways, if you if you would have read the instructions on how to stop the train, it would have told you what to do here. But anyways, it's the classic Square pattern for whatever reason. When Square has 3 switches, this is the pattern that you use on the 3 switches: down, up, down. There's so many Square games where that's the pattern. There's 3 switches and that's the pattern you use. And then come up to the smokestack, and for whatever reason, because I'm pretty sure this is not how trains actually work, there's a button on the smokestack that turns the train, that stops the train. Maybe it's an emergency, but so you have to climb out on the front of the train in order to stop it in an emergency. There's not like a lever inside the engineer's room. It's so funny. The Phantom Train itself is now talking to us. This is great. So, you've been slowing my progress. Yikes. And now we're out in front of the train and it's chasing us somehow. This battle here, man, there's so many, like, what the heck is going on? And get ready for one of the greatest moments in video game history. Not even joking. Suplexing a train! Ho 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 ho! Sabin. He's so strong he just picked up the entire train and dropped him on his head. In fact, it's so awesome we're gonna do it again. The wheel actually does percentage-based damage. It can't kill you. I'm pretty sure the wheel does percentage-based damage. Oh, get him, Interceptor! Interceptor, bringing the damage home. I didn't do it. I forgot to do it with Cyan, but you can use his the level 3 sword tech he has. It's called Slash, and it actually does percentage-based damage too, and it shaves off quite a bit of his life. I'll let you go, but first there's something I must do. We showed that train who's boss. Yeah, the suplexing of the train is so great. I'd like to think that the programmers of this game made that possible on purpose, just because they knew how awesome it would be if you suplex the train. How epic it is to suplex a freaking train. Because not only did he have to pick up the engine in order to do that, he would have had to pick up all the cars behind the engine in order to suplex the train. It's just so ridiculous, it's great. Oh, where are we? Oh boy, finally got off. We shouldn't be here. Let's go now. No, Elaine, Owain. Cyan, is that your wife and child? The parting? He just bowls right through. Sabin's like, get out of my way! Elaine! Owain! My love, you made me so happy. Don't forget me. Dad, I'll make sure Mom's alright. It's pretty sad. I'm sad. Leave him alone. What do you mean, leave him alone? Hey, Cyan, talk to me. Hey, Cyan, talk. Say something. So, I'm pretty sure on that screen, it's just a time limit. I don't think there's anything you can do to progress that any faster. Alright, I'm glad I saved my tent because I'm going to need it now. That Phantom Train did a heck of a number on us. Lots of damage. Let's see how far I can. Now I really, we're back on the world map, so after any one of these battles, Shadow can just say, peace, I'm out. I've fulfilled my duty. My purpose has been served. Thank goodness. Stray cats. What an enemy. Hey. That's right. The dog just took out the cat big time. Interceptor's like, kitties! I'll show those cats what's up. I'm a dog. Oh, we got 2 tents now. An embarrassment of riches and tents now. Two whole tents. Let's go ahead and use one. Now, if you've ever watched a speedrun in this game, you know this area coming up has a weird mechanic going on that I'll talk about as we're fighting the fight. I'm not going to be using the speedrun tech here. I'm just going to be fighting it like I would have fought it the first time I played the game. And every sequential time after that, I guess. This must be Barren Falls. To the south is the Belt. Dangerous creatures there. And the Empire's right on our tails. If we can slip through the Belt, we can reach the town of Moldavis to the east. I have served my purpose. Shadow. Oh, I haven't been using shadows. Thanks for your help. Let's join ranks again sometime. You crazy? No, we actually want to jump. Why not? So apparently this fight coming up, it's not about how many enemies you kill. It's on some type of timer. Like, it's so much time has to pass. So it doesn't really matter how many of these guys you kill. It's all about how much time passes. It's weird. I would have never have guessed that that was the case. The million times I've played this game before I saw somebody speedrun it and explain this part of the game. But heck, I'm just gonna fight it like I would have always fought it. Like, it's just there's an enemy in front of you, take him out. Oh, I flubbed the Aura Bolt. Sorry, Cyan's got this. Cyan, the accent slips between British, Australian, and Canadian. Or my interpretation of it, because I can't do accents. I'm not 100%. I'm not like an accent genius. I think you can use like you use slash on the. You can use it on the train. I believe you can use it on accent L. Ouch. I didn't want to see this attack. It does, yeah. It does damage. It does. You don't want to see that attack. You don't. Because, as you saw, it does a lot of damage. Whoops. We just got ourselves annihilated, boys. Also, in this game, when you die, it says annihilated. I think that's one of the coolest game over sayings in the entire series of Final Fantasy. Annihilated. You weren't just beaten. You didn't just die. You were annihilated. Very appropriate for that last fight, too, because that El Nino just literally annihilated us. Shadow? Thanks for your help. Let's join ranks again sometime. Why not? potion on Sabin here. He's taking quite a bit of damage. So we're going to try Slash on him this time. I don't want him to pull out El Nino. Oh, great. Potion yourself, Sabin. Oh, Slash doesn't work. It does on the train. I bet you suplex this guy, though. I don't want to try that because I need to get rid of him before he El Nino's this again. El Nino, which is Spanish for the Nino. Nice, got it. Yeah, you don't want to see El Nino. That thing, that attack will be in without any doubt. Unless you're at a higher level. I mean, I honestly have been doing zero grinding. In fact, I've been running away at times in order not to level up, so we can have a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of fun. Wow. You know, if there's one thing that Sabin is good at, it's floating down rivers. He's got that mastered. Who's this? Looks like a kid. Draped in a monster's hide, eyes shining with intelligence, a youth striving against all or surviving against all odds. Gao. Is that how you pronounce it? I've always said Gao. Gao? Gao? Is it Gao or Gao? And you are scared. Skittish, if you will. Here we got a nice banger of a song, fellas. The Velt. Now they had to make the Velt have great music because if you want to level up Gao, won't be explaining that when he actually joins the party. You have to spend a lot of time in the Velt. So they really had to go all out. And Uematsu just made an absolute piece of work here. I love the Velt music. And it, instead of playing the regular battle music, it keeps the Velt theme song in battle too. I like it. It's such a good track. And on the Velt, you don't get experience for your battles. You do get gold points, though, or GP, or guild points, whatever GP stands for. I always assumed back in the day before Square started calling their currency guild for everything, it used to be GP, and I assumed it was gold points or gold pieces. But maybe it was guild points or guild pieces. I don't know. It's just GP. Maybe GP just stands for GP. Buying weapons for Sabin just seems kind of useless since you're going to use a blitz with him every time. There's no reason to attack with Sabin unless maybe you gave him the Genji glove and gave him dual equipped claws. But other than that, why would you ever attack with Sabin? There's no reason. Or maybe if you gave him the black belt and he could counterattack, but no reason for that. but we do want to get a better sword for Cyan, because even though you're probably not going to use the fight command with Cyan, you are going to be using his sword techs, and the swords that he equips does affect the power of his sword tech as well as just his regular attacks. So, swords for Cyan, very useful. Claws for Sabin, not so useful. Although, I'm not sure, does equipping claws on... Does leveling up, or increasing Sabin's attack power via claws affect his blitzes at all? I don't know if it does or not. I know it does with Cyan and his sword techs. That's interesting. I never thought about that. I always thought, why would you want to equip Sabin with, you know, better weapons when you're never going to fight with him? You're never going to use his weapons. But I don't know. It could be possible that. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and give me a couple Magus hats. Give me an iron armor and an iron helmet. Just one each right now. One each. I did not buy a bandana. I thought you could equip bandana. Is that wrong? I guess I probably didn't even buy one, did I? Did I buy a bandana? I meant to. Whoops. Well, it's just overall better than the plume hat. We got weapons, we got armor. We're finally gonna actually buy something from an item shop. Dried meat. Why not? We're hungry. Dried meat's good, right? It lasts forever, and it's like jerky, right? I'm assuming that type of dried meat. I guess now that I think about it, dried meat could go bad. Could be bad, right? Really dry meat. Yuck. But if it's like jerky dried meat, then that's good. If anybody's ever had overcooked chicken, you know, dried or overcooked chicken or turkey, oh boy, it can be real. It can get real harsh. It's not fun. You know what? I actually would like to buy some more tents, just in case. Tents can be a lifesaver at times. So, at this part of the game, we're in the Veldt, we're in the city here, and there's really no way to go anywhere. You're just kind of stuck in the Veldt. It's kind of an isolated area all on its own. It has this one little town here. Town doesn't even have a port. Like, they're on the water, and they literally have... This town is isolated from the rest of the world. I would like to have seen everybody here being a little bit weirder since they're so isolated. And they're not, it's just a normal little town. Out hunting, I noticed a kid running with a herd of beasts. His parents know where he is? No, probably not. I probably have no clue. Are his parents even alive? Probably not. Strong currents running through the Serpent Trench. Serpent Trench. Heard about it? No. Never heard of it. By the way, that mountain range with the cave there looks like a crescent moon. It's pretty cool. So here it's showing us where the Serpent Trench, I don't know why I can't say that today, runs. Hop into the cut, and you'll be swept away to the Kia. Too bad our underwater breathing devices were stolen. You have an underwater breathing device and it was stolen? That's unfortunate. I'm at your service. I send things all over the world. Receive an elixir. The clocks in this game, for some reason, everybody in the world keeps one elixir in each clock in the game. Almost every single clock has an elixir in it. It's hilarious. The entrance to the Serpent Trench is south of Crescent Mountain. It's even called Crescent Mountain. It looks like it's very aptly named because it looks like a crescent moon, doesn't it? Or a croissant. It looks like a croissant. I love croissants. Well, yeah, there was the one guy that said he was out hunting and came across this kid, yeah. And this is a little more backstory to you. I'll read this. You stop by the house up in the far north. The guy there's a tad psycho. Threw his own kid out, thinking it was a monster. You came via Barren Falls. Unbelievable! It's flowing like there's no tomorrow. Hey, who are you? Only carrier. Ooh, sorry, little yawn. Only carrier pigeons link our village to the outside. Interesting. So they do have, at least they have communication with the outside world, even if they don't really have travel to the outside world. That's cool. You stop by the house up in the far north. Oh yeah, I read this one. The guy's a tad bit psycho. Letters tell us that war has broken out. Yeah, it sure has. So you keep talking to these guys. There's the one guy that I already mentioned. The region called the Veldt. Monsters from all over the world migrate here. Yeah. Exactly how does that happen? So how it happens in the game, I don't know how it would logically make sense to how monsters from all over the world just come to one plains area. But any fight you have fought in the past, those monsters can show up in the Veldt. Which is how it works. Okay, here's the guy. I threw some dried meat into the herd of hungry animals and some kid emerged and grabbed it. So this is how you're supposed to get the idea of what to do next, right? This part can be a tad bit tricky if you've never played the game before and you don't have a walkthrough guide or a player's guide. You're going to want to buy a piece of dried meat. And like he said, when he threw a piece of dried meat, a kid came and snatched it out of the air instead of the monsters. For some reason, this guy was out there feeding monsters. I think he says animals, wild animals, but let's face it, the wild animals in this game, aka monsters. Actually, remember these guys? Yeah, so any fight we have fought anywhere in the world, you can now run into those monsters here on the Veldt. I've already got items and other weapons and armor, so let's go to the inn. That's why I came back. I forgot for a second why I came back to town. I want to get some rest at the inn. Save up our tents. It's only $100. Sleep here, $100, 100 GP, 100 gil, 100 gold, whatever, 100 whatevers. Cheaper than buying a tent, right? 100. A hundo. So we'll fight a battle here, and hopefully at the end of the battle something will happen. Something cool will happen. This is not exactly the battle I wanted to see, but it'll do. Nothing happened. Lobo. Okay, still nothing happened after the fight. There's definitely something that's supposed to happen after a fight. I think it's pretty random. Where rats, eh? Alright, here we go. Whoa! So this kid's gonna appear. We saw earlier when we first got to the Veldt, and we're gonna want to select dried meat and throw it to him. Dried meat. Now we get another funny cutscene. I love the balance between seriousness and humor in this game. It is so well balanced. What the? Well, maybe not at the end of the game as much, but at the beginning of the game, it's very well balanced, and it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be as balanced at the end of the game for reasons we'll get into a long time from now when we finally get there. But whatever. What the? Thou art odd. I'm Cyan and he's Sabin. You, Sabin. Oh, wait, hold on. This is Gau talking. You, Sabin. You, Cyan. Me want more food. No more for you. You go. Get more for me. You're a regular munchkin. And you afraid of me. You wanna fight? Me not wanna hurt you. Stop looking at me like that. Wheeze Puff, you're pretty tough. Waha! That's funny. You strong. Me like dancing. You good leader. Shut up. Simmer down, sirs. Simmer down, sirs. And thou, O wild one, who might thou be? Thou. You angry? Cyan, you angry me? Cyan, you angry me? Cyan, you angry me? Listen, his family was just... Me understand, me sorry, me not mean person. Look, we can't have ye two prancing around all day. Go. I think we're going to get along well together. Well, why don't you join us? I give you present. Go give Cyan and Save a nice gift. In thanks for food. What manner of rubbish do you suppose he's gonna... Ghost treasure, shiny, 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 shiny. Can anything be that shiny? Does Mr. Thou like shiny thing? Mr. Thou, that one. Over there. The shiny thing, eh? Think how jealous Locke's gonna be when he hears about this. Who be Locke? He bad man? Maybe he try steal my treasure. Locke? Well, he's... Listen, when somebody's talking to you, I think he's trying to tell us something. All right, carry on. here. Shiny thing here. Shiny thing here. 7. Place where you buy food. It's called Mobies. Cyan. Place where you stand. River brought you there. Now, we go to Crescent Mountain. Shiny thing there. Look. Look, let's just try to go along with him to this Crescent Mountain. Phew. Why do we invite him along anyway? Mr. Thou, hurry up! We're leaving! Hey, I told you once I'm not Mr. Thou! So now we're gonna get an optional tutorial. Thank you so much, developers of this game, for making tutorials optional. Here's how to develop Guy's skill. Oh no, it's not optional. Oh, I lied. But it's not long either. Choose leap. On the belt, he leaps. Keep fighting on the belt. Guy reappears, and he'll learn the ability of the attacks of the monsters you were fighting when he leapt and when he returned. Only the ones when he leaves, and only the ones when he returns. Any in between, he does not learn. Wahoo! Is that wahoo? It's like Mario. Wahoo! Wahoo! Oh! Let's go! Choose the command Rage, and you can use any of the abilities he's learned. And now, please continue your quest. Yes, it's a really quick. You can really mash that text quick. There are other tutorials, I believe, in this game that are skippable. I think they decided if they were really quick, they just wouldn't let you skip them. I don't know. I remember being able to skip a lot of tutorials in this game and being happy about it. So anyways, Gaio is kind of like a blue mage, where he uses enemy skills. It's called Rage. Because you can't, he goes berserk once you use Rage, and he'll just randomly use either fight or an ability from, whatever he's learned, whatever enemy skill he's learned, and it's just you select the name of the enemy you want to use, and he ability. I don't use it that much, other than, I don't use Gaio that much at all, unless he's like forced into your party, like right here. Just because he's berserk, you can't control him, so yeah, I don't like that. I wish he would have just been a standard blue mage. I think that would have been, he would have been much more useful if they would have been more like a blue mage from Final Fantasy V, where he just you can, I like the way he learns the abilities. I don't like the way he uses the abilities. If that makes any sense. So yeah, don't ever really, I never really use him that much. There are a few of these, they're really broken. Like there are a few, none of them that I think he starts with are really great. Magitech armor is decent. But it's surprising one of the strongest ones is Stray Cat. If you remember, we ran into the Stray Cat fight on the way here. Ixie ends up being one of the most abusive, broken, one of his abilities, which is just funny. Of all the ones you wouldn't think, it's Stray Cat, it's definitely going to be a super powerful. So I don't really want these guys' abilities, so we're just going to fight them. Alright, I'd like to run into the Stray Cat to get it, just to make this next part coming up really easy, but if we don't get it in the next few... you can't run it. You know what we can do? So if we don't get it like in really quick, we're just gonna move on. I'm not gonna spend too much time learning abilities out here in the Veldt with Gaio before we move on to the game. You can sit here and grind for a while and get a whole bunch of them. Especially the more different enemies you fight before you get here, the more different abilities you can get here. Pincer attack. So when you get it pincered like that, Gaio's not going to show up at the end of the battle. It's just not. He only shows up if you get the standard formation of like this after the attack. And actually, you know, I think these guys are decent in the abilities you can learn from them. And there's really nothing worse than fighting these enemies, beating them, and then accidentally having an attack queued and attacking Gaio at the end after you're trying to get him back. Because you cannot progress with the story without having him. So if he's out-alerted the ability, you have to keep fighting fights until you find him again. I think it's pretty random when he comes back, so I mean it could be a while. You could be out here fighting quite a few battles before he shows back up. Now, when he comes back, you don't have to use the dried meat like you did the first time. Oh, this could be dangerous. This fight is kind of dangerous. Yeah, those guys can be pretty rough. Tonics so we can make it. I'm sure we're gonna run into at least one more battle before we get back to town. I decided to go ahead and head back to the inn. Jeez, well, they've cast stop on Cyan, so that's that. I need to hurry up and eliminate these guys before they eliminate me. Come on. One more down, one more to go. One down, one to go. Let's go. Come on, Sabin. Get your turn. Get your turn. Get your turn, Sabin. Grit those teeth. Get to town. Rest in an inn. I wonder, for a fight to appear here, do you have to, if you run away from, in other words, if you run away from a fight, will it still appear in the Veldt? Because we didn't actually beat the stray cats, we ran away. And the stray cat's really the only one I care about getting, because I don't use Gaio that much more than just through this next section of the game, where they make you use them. And like I said, I love the blue mage class. It's one of my favorite classes in to me one of the most underutilized classes in all of Final Fantasy, but I just don't like the fact that he goes berserk. It's kind of like Vincent from Final Fantasy VII's Limit Break. Like, he's not that great because you lose control of it. Otherwise, like in Final Fantasy VII, if you could control Vincent's actions once he goes into beast mode, it'd be awesome. But the fact that you can't control what he does kind of makes him a little bit meh. He's not terrible, but it's the same thing with Gaio. Not terrible. Actually pretty useful. A lot of useful abilities you can learn, but I want you to go ahead and jump in this one too. Or leap. Leap it to the crowd. It is funny too that when he does the leap, it automatically ends the fight. Like, how does that even work? Does he like leap into him and like he leaps into their midst and just takes off running and they all chase after him? Is that what happens? That's what I'd like to assume happens. Alright, come on, stray cats. Come on, stray kitties. Let's go save him. Let's go. Let's find those stray cats. Alright, I'm done with this. Once he comes back, we're going in the cave. I'd say if you play this game and you want to use Gaio, it would be best to kind of look up a list of which enemies do which attack, or even if there's plenty, I'm sure there's plenty of videos on YouTube with people explaining Gaio's abilities and which ones are the best. I've just never been interested in using him because of the berserk thing. But yeah, he can be very powerful actually. It's not that he's not powerful. Like, some of his abilities are very OP. That you can learn. No doubt. Cyan, the shiny thing Gaio spoke of is in here. Sir Gaio. Sir Gaio, where exactly is it? Gaio, forget. Shall we look around? Indeed. There's a lot of different spots where things can happen. I just always go straight to this spot, which is where you're supposed to go to continue with the story. So, is this it? Gaio's treasure? Treasure, yes. Looks like glass. Looks like it just might fit. Bling! Is this one of any use? Will this really let us breathe underwater? I doubt it. It's just a helmet. Guys, don't try it. It's just a helmet. You're gonna die. You're gonna drown. No, you're gonna drown. I do love it how it is just like an underwater diving helmet with no tank attached to it. And somehow it's supposed to let you breathe underwater. Current's fast. No kidding. But unless we hop in, we won't see our friends again, so we gotta do it. No choice. Whitewater Rapids, let's go. Let's go. I mean, let's go. Geronimo. Alright, so we're in the current now. We're going down the river. There's nothing we can do to stop it. But we will get into fights along the way, of course. Let me think about Rhinotaur, maybe. I think Rhinotaur uses lightning. I could be wrong. Megavolt, yeah. The only problem with that is some of the enemies down here are not. They absorb electricity rather than take damage. I thought these were some that actually were weak to lightning. Apparently not. They barely did any damage to it. I think it's left, right, left. I don't really know. I don't really remember the ways to go to get the optimum treasure through here. The treasures aren't all that great. There's nothing that's absolutely like 100% you have to get it or you'll never see it again. So, I don't think at least. Magitech armor, because why not? Ow! And the thing is you can't heal outside of battle. You can't open up your menu. So this can get kind of dicey here. Especially with these guys throwing gigavolts that just one-shot somebody. And I don't know if it's if you use magic against them or what triggers it. It might be just be a counterattack. So maybe as long as we just use physical attacks, we should be okay. But that kind of is like, how come every time I revive somebody, they're immediately attacked? It's almost like there's coding in the game saying if someone is revived, immediately attack them. What the heck? What the what? Just waste items. It's great. It's great, guys. It's awesome. Just waste Phoenix Downs. There's no reason to conserve your items in this game. This is getting really, really, really dangerous. Please give me a cave. Please give me a cave. See, I don't know which, I can't ever remember which ways there. In some ways you go, you get these little respite caves, and you can, well, heal up. Because, I mean, look at my life. We're about to die. The respite caves are nice, and they have treasure in them. So, there's that too. Oh, come on! He had 38 life, and the enemy does 38 damage. Wow. I thought I threw a potion. Where's the frickin' potion that I threw? I know I selected a potion from somebody. It probably was Gau. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Every time you select a potion and it doesn't go off, the crazy thing is it still takes the freaking potion from you. Oh, great, thank you. Yeah, this part can be really nasty. Especially if you don't select the right ways. We're probably done, actually. This is probably game over right here. Thank goodness. Wow. It's probably game over. Not only that, but they give you a character in this area that you can't control either. It leaves a lot up to luck. Wow. Look at that. Like, one more fight and it had all been over. We wasted quite a few items there, so I'm going to have to go to the item store at this town and get some items. I'd like to rest at an inn, too. Thank you very much. I can't remember in this game if you get revived from wounded status by sleeping in an inn or not. I know in some Final Fantasies you do, and some Final Fantasies you don't. This one you do, thank goodness. Buy a few tonics. Potions. Still got 5 Phoenix Downs. That's not too bad. And 4 tents. 4 sleeping bags. Smoke bombs. Yeah, yes. I'll take a few of those. Some echo screens just in case. We got a little bit of everything. That's all you want. You don't have to stock up too much. Looks like junk, but move along now. You're in the way. You're awfully friendly lady. What about the armor? Could use another bandana. Could use another iron helmet. Let's buy another that. One of these. Another one of these. Another one of these. I think that's it. That'll do this. This guy sells relics, I believe. You took one look at me and thought I was a loser, right? You're obligated to buy from me now. What a punk. This kid is a punk. Yeah, he's not selling anything you want to buy anyways. Or that's you absolutely need anyways. I just like that line of dialogue. Like the kid tries to guilt you into buying from him. Like, you thought I was a loser kid. Now you have to buy from me just because you thought I was a loser. A rock slide's blocking the north path, you say? How convenient. Anyways, I was just coming out there to save. You can actually just take the boat here to Narshe. Well, I think the boat doesn't go to Narshe, but it goes to like South Figaro, something like that. And then, yeah. But anyways, all we got left in Sabin's side story is take the boat. That's it. Get on the boat and go. South Figaro bound ferry. Hop aboard. Or hop aboard? I don't know why there's a question mark. Hop aboard? What? Nosh is just a stone throw away. I've used a different accent every time I've read Cyan's lines. I hope the others arrived safely. I'm sure they did. Me hope so too. Oh man, I'm giving him a good cookie. So, to me, like if you read Guy's dialogue as Cookie Monster, it makes sense. Me hope so too. Cookie. Yes, me hope so too. Cookie. The three have reached Narshe, and a decisive battle is about to take place. In a world where decisive battles are about to take place. I understand all of it, except how can we be encouraging bloodshed? I never said that. Something like it. Huh. He's right, you know. Bannon. Our blood will spill because of you. Emperor Gestal is racing to acquire Magitech power. He set his sights on the Esper that was found here. The increased use of Magitech power will surely lead to global destruction. The War of the Magi. The mythical battle that set mankind back 1,000 years. Can this really be happening? People will never learn. Brother. Sabin, you're all right. Like, how did Sabin make it before Locke and Celes? Who's with you? I am Cyan, retainer to the Lord of Doma. Gaiu! The people of Doma were wiped out by the Empire. Kefka poisoned everyone. Barbaric! Elder. But that was only because Doma was collaborating with the Returners. If we make that mistake... That's nonsense. You tell him, Locke. Locke! The Empire poised to attack. The Empire is poised to attack Narshe right now. What? Locke, where'd you hear that? Celes here was one of the Emperor's generals. Grrr, I do see something familiar. Sir Gaiu, out of my way. I'm gonna get her. Let me at her. This General Celes, she torched Miranda. She's an Imperial spy. Now stand aside. Wait, Celes has joined the Returners. She's fighting with us now. But I promise to protect her. I will not back out on my word. Locke, are you still thinking about that? About what? We'll find out later about what Edgar's talking about. I was also an Imperial soldier. What? You? The Empire's evil, but not all of its citizens are. Oh, this is what? Emergency! The Empire cometh! I don't care what you do here. Just Get me that Esper! Lord Kefka, the civilians here. Exterminate everyone! But Narshe is neutral. Idiot! Read my lips. Dispose of anyone who opposes us. March! Things are getting serious now. We really have no choice. Let's make ready for war. Thereafter, the Esper, we moved it into the hills. Then we're going up after it. Locke has a complicated past. I wouldn't go thinking. Okay, it's hard to auto scroll. I'm a soldier, not some love star twit. Cold as ice. Yeah, so Edgar's trying to make moves on Celeste immediately. Basically. So you were born with the magic powers. Isn't it a lovely gift? You can use magic too? When I was a baby, I was artificially infused with magic and raised as a Magitech knight. Have you loved anyone? Oh, what's that supposed to mean? What's that got to do with what were you just talking about here? Don't think for a moment I trust you. Fine, use your own eyes, then decide. Prepared? No, absolutely not. We haven't even started preparing here. So, we're about ready to face the Empire in an all-out assault on Narshe here. We're up here in the mountains. They've moved the Esper up to a mountain peak, I'm guessing, up here in a secluded area where it's hard to reach. And we can bolster our defenses and keep the Empire away. And it's this fight's kind of like the fight we fought earlier where Locke was trying to protect Terra when she was knocked unconscious from falling through the floor. So we're gonna be able to build 3 different parties, and we can choose from all the characters that we have recruited so far, and we're gonna have to defend the Esper in an all-out assault by the Empire. This part is very fun. Very difficult, actually. The first time you play this game, this part can absolutely give you nightmares. It can give you fits trying to win this fight. We're a little low level. You know, Terra was level 10. We're a little under level for this part. You want to be probably around between 15, around level 15. Probably, to make this not such a struggle. I think 13 is like the highest level we got here. Looks like everybody's between 10 and 13. 11. I think Terra might be the lowest level person we got. How funny. But anyways, yeah. This fight can be... It's fun. It's very fun, but it could also be kind of frustrating, too. So that's where we're going to start next time. Next week, next Wednesday. This is a perfect place to leave off until next week. And, wow. I'm so excited that we're playing one of my favorite games of all time. So, I guess that'll do it. Good night, good luck, God bless, and see you in the next one. Peace.